Hey YouTube, this is James from Daylight Games. We're here with Luke Delaney, who went ahead and came first at the Liverpool Regional just about a week ago using Qliphort. So congratulations for that, Luke. First things first, what was the tournament like?
The tournament was fairly easy. It was a fairly chilled out atmosphere. There's only about I think there's 64 players, so it's quite small. It wasn't as good as the last Liverpool one where they had 130 players. I came third at that one, losing my last round to Firefist. I was playing Mermail. The tournament went fairly well. It went really quickly. The TO was very loud and obnoxious. It was a bit of a dick, but all the judge team was amazing. There's lots of banter, lots of fun. Nando's at the end was fantastic, even if it was like a 1.5 walk away, which I didn't like because I don't like warning. Didn't like walking. But no, chicken's good. As far as the tournament went, the meta was literally just divided into the three: Qliphort, Shadow, and Burning Abyss. I think there was as much Qliphort as there was Shadow, with a few Burning Abyss lingering behind because not many people can afford the deck at the moment because Liverpool's full of Doldosses. But
right, we're gonna have to do an edit job on this.
That's fine. No, so there wasn't much Burning Abyss there, so unfortunately I only played one Burning Abyss deck, which is why I think I had as much success as I did play 3 Shadows in a row. It being a good matchup, I went forward and won every single Shadow matchup I played. I dropped 2 games throughout the day, one in round 5 to Shadow, no, one in round 4 to Shadow, because game 1 I went first, didn't open up a trap, and he opened up the nuts and just OTK'd me, which is fair enough. And then the next game I lost was in the last round, round 6, when I lost game 2 against Burning Abyss, which then ended up being a draw. Because he already had a draw and I didn't because I was the only XO, I ended up finishing top of Swiss with a draw. So obviously I won the regional for that reason. So I went 5 wins, 1 draw, dropping 2 games all day wasn't too bad. Anyway, this is the deck I ran.
Let's get into it.
It's Qliphort. I run a lot of monsters, which a lot of people don't. Well, at the time they didn't anyway. Free carrier because it bounces stuff when it's tributed. It being a 2/4 stick under skill drain, 2/17 if you've got skill drain and a buffing. If you've got another carrier or a disc in the pendulum zone, it's mainly in there so you can also equip with sacrifice as well. It's very important to have a high monster count in this deck. I can't emphasise that enough. Free Helix. A lot of people are like, why free Helix? It's overkill. It's really not. Same reason you run free carrier isn't because of the bounce effect. You run free carrier because you need the monster, you need the normal summon. It's okay if you've got the scout, but unless you've got a monster to go with it, with the scout, or a sacrifice to go with the scout, then you have no really good play outside turn 1 other than just +1ing. But yeah, this also can pop in scout, which sends the pendulum zone, which means you can do an Xyz play. Like this, the general consensus will be turn 1, scout add this, or scout add sacrifice if you already have this. You normal summon it, equip sacrifice, tribute this for disc. Helix effect to pop your own scout, sacrifice will search for another scout, and disc will bring out 2 Qliphorts from the deck, which can be used to make any rank 4 you've deemed necessary. And of course you can then play a scout after you've Xyzed, so helps you get around the bullshit rule that you can't switch to summon other monsters other than Qliphorts, which is pretty good. Then obviously run 3 disc. People decided to run 2 disc and one shell. I didn't actually run shell over the weekend. I'll explain as to why I didn't and why I'm going to run it now. Yeah, 3 disc. People only run 2 because they feel like more than 2 is unnecessary. But as I said with the other guys, you want the monster count. Like you really need to pay out to have something you can equip sacrifice with, because sacrifice is the second best card in the deck. And of course we have our free scout. You open this game 1 and you win. Well, you should win. The mirror match is all about drawing more copies of these than your opponent. And a lot of time, if you don't draw this, you're going to lose. So you have to run 3 of these. I'm not going to explain as to why, more than I already have. 2 Honest Pendulum Dragon. This was to get to Qliphort Scout quicker. I actually found this card very, very subpar over the weekend. I'd rather it just be another card that makes me survive a turn to get my Scout, or a card that ensures Scout resolves, than actually just play this in the Pendulum and just do it. It's like a 1-turn gold sock that specifically grabs Scout or Trample Links. I don't like it. I tried cutting it into 1. It was worse at 1 than it was at 2, but I've actually cut it now. 1 Trample Links, because if you open up this in Scout turn 1, you can do loads of crazy shit. And if you open up this Scout and 2 other Qliphort cards, you can first turn summon towers. I ran towers over the weekend because not many people knew the outs to towers in the Burning Abyss matchup. And this card just, you summon this in Shadow, you just insta win, as long as you've got an out to their Leo, or stop them making a Leo. No, Leo's not even out, Starry is the only out. But yeah, Starry is the only out of the Shadow matchup. Burning Abyss, I actually didn't think I had an out to this, but the one Burning Abyss I played didn't scoop when he saw this game 1 and played out. I still won the game, but I asked him at the end, like, what was the result to Scout, and he said he can rank up a Chronomaly guy into another Chronomaly guy and just wreck me with it. So fair play to him. He didn't get over towers, but it was very nice for him to give me extra information to tell me how he could have beaten it. So I sided it out. Okay, on to the spells now. We've got 3 Similar. This grabs Scout, you have to run it. 3 Sacrifice. This card's like the second best card in the deck. First best card in the deck being Scout. You can play around Fairy Wind if you in game 2 and 3. If you have Scout, this, and a Qliphort card in hand, you can summon the Qliphort monster, equip Scout, and then you can play your Scout and use the effect. And if they want to trade Fairy Wind at this point, you don't really mind so much. Your Scout and your Sacrifice go, but your Sacrifice just add you another Scout. So unless they've got an MST or another Fairy Wind, like they literally wouldn't have even played the first Fairy Wind against you. We have 3-pot duality. People think 2's better. I think 3's better. Like, people need to realise how important it is to get Scout turn 1. I can't emphasise that enough. The deck's very simple to use. Your deck can limit all. If you open up Scout, you can pretty much just mental mind maths yourself into winning the game, providing your opponent doesn't have like multiple outs to the Scouts. But it's just important to get this first turn. The deck kind of loses if you don't get Scout to first turn. Like, there's a few occasions where you won't lose, but you're more than likely to lose. Upstart. The only time this was bad was in the Qliphort matchups where I didn't really want to activate it because I didn't want to give them the extra search off for a Scout. But other than that, it's great. The amount of times I didn't open up Scout when I was going first, and I had an Upstart and I Upstarted into it was insane. Or Upstarted into a Summoner's Art or a Duality. There's so many good cards to draw Upstart into. 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. I didn't play 3 because like a lot of bit lists are playing really aggressive background destruction decks. Builds, and I wanted to play 2 MST because I found it's better to have monsters than it is to have actual spell and trap removal, as the monsters deal with the spell and trap removal themselves anyway. 1 Regeki. This card normally 70 clutch games. Like, it just helped me push for damage mainly. This card's very, very good. I opened it quite a lot as well, so that was kind of lucky. Traps. I only played 2 Skill Drain because I didn't want to play 3 because I didn't want to draw 3. I played 3 because I didn't want to draw multiples in my opening hand, or I didn't want to see more than 1 in the game, especially game 1, whereas like in game 2 and 3 they're going to be side out anyway. I didn't want to have loads of cards I'd have to side out because like you never know what you're going to go against. But there were times where I'd actually keep this in the Qliphort mirror if I was going first, just so I can set it and I have control on how big my monsters are going to be now. So I can go, if I open up Scout in this, I can OTK my opponent in the Qliphort mirror, like on getting game 2 and 3 if need be. But I actually have bumped this to 3 now. I thought the card's too important not to run now. Burning Abyss actually like die to this card. 2 Vanity Emptiness. A card outside that a lot, depending on whether I'm going first or second. The card's still quite necessary to run as it's just a massive out to Burning Abyss. 2 Wiretap, mainly so I didn't have to. This was to this is expected to allow Burning Abyss and Shadow, which was correct. This card was awful in the mirror. I played 2 mirror matches, but I didn't really draw these when they were bad, which is lucky. But they were sided out game 2 and 3s. In fact, they'll just get sided out game 2 because I didn't actually lose to any of my Qliphort matchups at all. The card's really, really good. If you go first and you have this, then and you have your Scout, you're really, really fine against Burning Abyss. As their discard traps and their Firelex that they used to get all their advantage back just gets wiretapped and ruined. If shuffling it back to the deck means you can't add it back with Dante as well, which is also very, very good. Wiretap was also very good. Shadow Games, I actually did Wiretap some of the Shadow Games. He was thinking about Shadow Games in my end phase when he went first, and he opted not to do it because he wanted to set a monster and then do it, which was kind of clever on his part. But he didn't play around Wiretap, and Wiretap just ruined his entire turn and play, which then he scooped. Wiretap is very, very good. A lot of people don't want to play 1. I wouldn't play 1 because you're not going to see it enough. I wouldn't play 3 because you don't want to open them when you're going second. But I think running 2 is a nice sweet spot because even if you open 1 when you're going second, you can have a turn to like kind of disrupt their play later on. Opening 1 or 2 against when you're going first against the Burning Abyss or Shadow is like an instant win, providing you have a Scout. So I actually do side a 3rd. I will side 3 in against the deck for that runs loads of traps like Burning Abyss and Shadow. 1 Torrential Tribute for mass removal. Very good against Qliphort. Even though all that shit goes back to the extra deck,
it gives you a turn.
It gives you a turn because if they're already pendulum summon, they pendulum summon everything for that big push in your TT. They have an open field, so you can just swing in. Plus, opening up a monster. If you don't open up Scout, but if you don't open up Scout and you open this, sacrifice on the monster, you can normal summon your monster, equip sacrifice, set TT, and you actually like even if you hit 1 monster off of it, like you still -1, but the Scout pays for the -1 itself, so it's okay. 1 Warning. I actually really dislike this card. It's like that nearly every single game. I wouldn't run it at all. 1 Bottomless. It was only good in the mirror match. It was okay against Shadow, I guess, but it was awful against Burning Abyss in the 1 game I played it. That was the main deck. I'm going to go through the extra deck really quickly because it's not very important. But we have Heart and Draco for extra damage. Abyss Dweller for like pretty much instant winning against Burning Abyss. Direwolf for clearing back row. Big Eye because like if I do actually land a disc, 2 normal summon discs that was under the skill drain, and the skill drain goes, I can make a Drake Sack or a Big Eye. And obviously with that we've got the Drake Sack, which has we've got Drake Sack here. We've got Durandal, just because you can make it, and like if you haven't got a scout up because you've just like made theirs, you can make all that shit MST. So like it's really good against Burning Abyss if you land it. Dark Exceeds Rebellion Dragon. This card won me a lot of games. It helped me get over towers in the mirror as I shrunk down his disc. Made this really big and attacked over his towers. Kaga Cowboy for damage. Ragnar Zero for the mirror match. Excite on Night. I didn't summon this once, but you know you gotta have it because it's just a board clearer. Volcasaurus for extra damage. Didn't make this once. Castell made this once or twice against the mirror match. Spin sacrifices and stuff. Canagorgon had the option to make this a few times. Didn't make it. Didn't need to. Gorton Launcher. I made this once to clear back row and then attack with everything else. Not back row, sorry. Clear monsters. Gaia Charger to rank up over the rank 5s. That's the extra deck. The extra deck isn't great, like massively important. It's just really Dweller and a few other like choices. More Spam Trap removal. This is for the Burning Abyss and Shadow matchup. This was sided in every game. Triple Maxi for Burning Abyss. Like if they want to commit to making a big field with Dante and putting 2 monsters on the field for them to have their lake live, then they have to let you draw multiple cards. 2 Chalice for when I side out my skill drains in the mirror match if I'm going second. This card's also good against Shadow and it's amazing against Burning Abyss. It's also very very good if I'm going into time when I want to like put loads of damage in, as in like it doesn't just give it a 400 boost, it puts them back up to their original attack. So this will go up to being 3-2 and all the helixes and carrows will go up to being like 2-8 and stuff, which is really good. 1 Spell Shattering Arrow for the mirror match, 2's overkill, 1's enough. Third Mystic mainly for the mirror, as there's no really floodgates that hit this deck, so 3 Shadow Mirror for Burning Abyss and Shadow. 1 Wire Tap as I mentioned earlier for when I'm going first against the trap heavy deck. 1 Soul Drain for Burning Abyss and Shadow and any rogue decks I may have encountered, which I didn't. And 1 Light Imprisonment Mirror for Satellite, and actually for Burning Abyss, like if I have both of these against Burning Abyss and like I say a Wire Tap, so if I have like an amazing setup, then this is game basically. Like if I have both these up, Dante's and Virgil's and all their actual Burning Abyss monsters can't do anything, and I have the Wire Tap as an out for the Pharaoh win that might come up. But no, as the changes I make the deck, I've been testing a second one of these, and I've been testing a copy of this, as this makes the Burning Abyss matchup so much easier. As if you land this, their Sir and Dante Loop is completely irrelevant. The Sir Dante Loop is the one that special summons from the graveyard, and Dante adds a Burning Abyss to the hand when it's sent to the graveyard. So like they can literally just stall you out, which is what was happening in game 1 when I had towers, which is why we went to a draw because I couldn't actually get any damage and without committing to the board, which I didn't want to because then he can just make a Nightmare Shark and Nasu Golem and attack me for game. I didn't want to lose to that. This actually makes it a lot much easier because it does piercing damage and can attack twice. It just literally batters the loop. You actually kill them in 2 or 3 turns. Trampolinks, because I actually take out towers now as people have discovered different outs to it. I'd rather just have another Trampolinks and do loads of crazy shit and make a ridiculously big field on turn 1 with Scout and gain a ridiculous ton of advantage. Main deck wise, I am now signing this considering against the Qliphort matchup. This card has been taken out. This card has been taken out and put back in several times, I'm still unsure. This card goes in and out depending on whether or not the meta I think is going to be facing is Burning Abyss or Qliphort. This is probably I'm going to regional on Saturday, so this is probably going to be taken out because I expect a lot of Qliphort. Same with this card, and I'm still going to play 3 of this because this card's too good not to play it through. But no, that's the deck profile. Any other questions?
No, you've covered everything there. Thanks for the deck profile, and obviously wishing you all the best for the rest of the regional season.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Good luck, guys.
See you in a bit. Bye.